What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking on this one. We actually have a really good one for you today. Orbital Crit Series, I think Race 5, and we're introducing a little sneak peek of a team that I'm joining. So stick around and let's get right into it. So we're jumping straight into this one. It was about an hour and 20 to get up here with picking everyone up. You can maybe see Jesse right behind me, and then Warren's in the peloton right now. But you might ask why we're not in the group since the race just started. Well, we got here like 15 minutes before the whistle. None of us had pre-registered, so we were fighting just to get to the line on time. Warren made it out there in time, but Jesse and I were probably like 20 to 30 seconds late to the start. So none of us had warmed up. Jesse and I just came off the Kentucky State Championship race the day before, which we'll have a video coming out soon. And I didn't get to start my GoPro in the back, so we're just hanging on straight from the start. Anyway, since Jesse helped me pin my number and I was really the reason that he was late to start, I chose to pull us to the group, even if I had nothing left for the rest of the race. But luckily, once we rounded the first corner the first time, the official neutralized race and allowed us to catch up.
Oh, they slowed down for us.
So we eventually make it to the group. I gave my kudos to everyone for waiting up, and once we hit that lap marker, the race was live. Who you saw at the end was another strong rider on the Havoc team, Warren Perry. He was leading out most of the race, and he is better at braking than anyone I've ever seen. I noticed him taking the outside and knew that if I could get on his wheel, we could probably work together. That didn't end up happening. He just kept going and going and going, but eventually the group caught up on the tailwind section. But Warren wasn't done, and at this point I understood how strong he was feeling for that day, and I knew that I could make a plan in my head to set him up for a break later in the race. And seeing how strong he is alone, I knew that if he got away, nobody was going to reel him back. Well, I didn't think anyone would reel him back. Moving over into the next lap, Cameron Johnson makes some space between the three of us and the rest of the group. As he's coming up, I believe he's telling us to try and brake. He's coming up and taking the lead, which is typically a good indicator that someone's ready to work. This gave Warren enough time to rest, and after the next corner, he takes over on the attack. But at this point, I'm in way over my head, and as we continue through the following corner, Warren finds yet another gear, which I am unsure how he still has. But I have to give up, which really sucks because I committed so much energy towards that move. Coming into the turn, I saw that Warren was off the front again, and I've been conserving my energy in the back. The pace never picked up, and I saw an opportunity to take the front, so that's what I did. Moved up to the front and slow pedaled to make the next person make a decision. Either get the rest behind me or commit to an additional acceleration to close that gap ahead. And in hindsight, although I think slow pedaling was a good idea, I should have gone a bit faster in order to make the decision for the person behind me harder. But eventually someone steps up to the plate and they decide to push for the gap. I'm going to leave some raw footage in here without any editing. I'll add a timestamp to the top right so you can skip ahead to the edited part if you don't want to watch it.
To go. Hey, let me work behind you, and then I'll, like lap 3, I'll create a gap for you.
I'll lead you out if you want.
No, I'm gonna lead you out for a break, and then I'll just follow the front. How many laps on? 3, 2?
2 minutes, so.
I don't have it.
So about 10 minutes.
Okay.
If you remember the plan that I came up with earlier, that's what we were just going over, specifically committing to a break with 2 to 3 laps left. This would leave Warren with enough energy to easily push across the finish line with nobody even having a chance to close that gap. We round out the lap and we come across a lap marker that reads 6. Now we talked about going with 3 laps left or maybe 2 laps left so that he would have enough energy to commit to the break, but as you can see, we come around this the end of this lap, we have a little bit of a miscommunication, and I decided to send it in pray. So instead of going with 2 or 3 laps left, I sent him off with 5 to go. I tried to hang on and sit on his wheel after the initial burst, but I didn't have anything left in me. But no matter the outcome of this attack, it benefits our team a bunch because one of 3 things can happen, with 2 of them being way more likely than the other. Either the group fights each other and some of the people get tired out from chasing Warren and he'll end up getting a win, or I get to sit in the back and not take any pulls and save my energy for a sprint at the end. Or the less likely option, the group works together and rotates to pull Warren back. But look how much space we opened up with this move. Plus I decided to take the attack into the headwind and end my run going into the tailwind to give Warren the most benefit going into the solo part of his break. Going into 3 laps remaining, there's one guy that began to bridge the remaining space, but everyone else is pretty complacent for a field sprint, which is completely fine by me. It's the one thing that I'm actually decent at. And there it was. Unfortunately, I didn't position myself very well for a finish, but I ended up in 7th place, which is much better than I typically do, and Warren ended up getting caught in the end and securing 2nd place for our team. He said he wasn't watching the lap counter, so he was caught off guard by the finish, and I know I've done that as well, but that's it for this one. I have 2 more videos in line that I have to get through editing, but thank you for sticking around until the end. Please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. I wanted to thank you all for getting me past 100 subs. I think that means I'm at least doing something right. Of course, I'm always open to cycling or video feedback, and I will catch you all in the next one.
We're in! Let's go! Hey, I think we went 1 lap too early though. Because we let somebody catch up. Hey, he had it in him. Good shit. Oh. Yeah, I did that sprint and I'm like, I don't have anything else.
I swear this wind's in a different direction every time.
Yeah.